Hello, and welcome to Module 6. Module 6 involves our discussion of American political values and political behavior. So we've kind of transitioned from talking about governmental institutions into talking about how people begin to influence government, particularly in a democratic system. And so these three chapters that are associated with this module, Chapter 10, which covers political behavior, Chapter 11, which covers voting campaigns and elections, and Chapter 12, which covers political parties, are all designed to show ways in which people interact with the political system and how our views are formulated and then communicated to the American political system. Now, it's an interesting give and take, right? They are not pure receivers of public opinion. They also seek to influence and manipulate public opinion. And we're just barely going to touch on that here. I think that one of the things that we really need to do and focus on is to look at the power that political parties have over our lives, while at the same time trying to understand just what role people have, just what role people play in influencing governmental decision making. After all, we assume that they're rational actors. That's been one of the premises of the course, is that we're talking about rational actors and not of people who are caught in the emotional moment. I think if we look at our political leaders, that might not always be true. We might see a politician who says something that's really not the best way to achieve what they were hoping. Yet, it's when we see them reacting in their most pure form, I suppose. And, well, you get to decide, right? One of the great parts about a democratic system is that if it works efficiently, then you get the flavor of bad government that you choose. In addition to this, I included a video about the Rawlsian social contract. Um, John Rawls is a very interesting and influential political and moral thinker as it relates to political science and political philosophy, and he underscores what many people who study political science and many people who study social sciences generally think about as being the ideal relationship between uh, a person and government. You'll note that Rawls's view of the social contract is different than Rousseau's. You might have been introduced to the idea of a social contract before, but Dr. Ian Shapiro at Yale, who came up with the course that I'm showing you a brief clip of, makes some arguments about distinctions between Rawls and people who had thought on the issue before. I'm most interested in uh, Rawls's effort to conform uh, liberal political values that are associated with the United States and the Western world in the 20th and now 21st century uh, with, uh, um, with the systems of government that we've inherited. And I hope that you enjoy this video. It's a little long. Uh, I I don't mind terribly if you skip around, but it'll be a disservice to you if you manage to get all the way through, especially if you're going to be a social scientist, if you get all the way through college without being introduced to Rawls. We seem to have taken political philosophy in large measure out of political science programs. Uh, but every so often we should get a little taste, right? You don't eat dessert every day, but well, it's not dessert, right? It's the foundation on which a lot of other things are built. So, in addition to this, you're going to have you're going to have an interesting political science in the news issue that's going to be running parallel to this to this video. I mean, to this module, and I think that you might want to take a little bit of time and look at this. I think that it involves the future of what research will be like, where we start by trying to figure out what everybody knows, and that's really what they ask you to do in things like literature reviews to begin with. But with the use of AI and such, maybe the literature review is something that's going to be done for us. But it doesn't remove from us the need to reason. And so um, this will be a very helpful project for you, and I think also for the future of this course as it relates to how we're going to be teaching people in the 21st century. So don't forget to take your quiz. We're starting to come to the end of things. We're only going to have one very short module after this, and then we'll be preparing for the final exam. And so I hope you all are achieving what you want this semester. And if you're not, what I hope is that you still take advantage of the time you have remaining to contact me. Right? If you're struggling, there's ways that I can help beyond saying, "Oh no, you can do that assignment that you've already not done before." I think I can help you prepare for tests, and I can help you at least get an insight into where my mind is. But in either case, I wish you luck, and if there's any questions that you have whatsoever, please contact me. And I'll be talking to you all again soon.